What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning. So come by and say hello. Okay, so I wanted to talk about rewards cards. Now, I have not even bothered. I've not even bothered trying to see how these rewards cards change up the meta and just how good or bad they may be. Now, the first day, these card prices were out of control. They've settled down somewhat, and now you can see here that these three are the new legendaries that have come through, and these were three of the older legendaries. So there is still quite a bit of a delta on this. I mean, Venator Kinjo versus Jin O'Shaughnessy, which I think is probably the most apt comparison. This card, Venator Kinjo, seems like it'll be one of the most versatile and has one of the most unique ability sets. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is the top of its draft class, essentially the same way that Jin O'Shaughnessy is. And you can see that it's essentially 5x the price. Some of the other ones here, Jared Scar, surprisingly is a little bit lower. I thought this card would be a little bit more desired, but maybe, I guess you don't get True Strike. You don't get, unless you're playing in gold, right? So level 3, yeah. In gold, you don't really get the full benefits of where this card could be super dominant. But that's going to be one of my favorite cards for life, and I'm looking forward to getting it. So what have I been doing? I have been selling all of my rewards cards every time I get them. And the truth is, I'm not getting very many of them, just simply due to the fact that the rewards ranked rewards update is very difficult. Getting those focus chests, getting anything of value is, well, I shouldn't say anything of value. Getting the chest has been so difficult. So I actually have not received any of the new rewards cards at all this season. So at the end of last season rewards, I received a couple. I sold all of them. But even if I were to continue receiving them, what I wanted to share with you is that we are a couple of days into the mix here, and we have printed less than 1%. Now, this is interesting to me. I want you to keep something in mind, because there was also this started off right before this season started, right? So the printing on these was right before the season started. So there was a lot of end of season chests that were open that had these BCX. Because when I first saw this, and I'm just like, wait, 0.5%, right? If that means that we can do 0.5% in roughly 2 days, or maybe 2.5 days, because some of these are even above that, how many cards are we actually printing? So this is the crux of what I wanted to get to, and that is, well, if we've printed so many of these already, and maybe I'm just not one of the people who's getting a bunch printed because I'm struggling with my daily focus chests, what I'm thinking is that these are going to go through so much faster. So again, this is incredibly crude, right? So it's not, and again, I'm trying to also keep in mind the fact that a ton of end of season chests were opened at the end of last season. So that is definitely skewing this. But where this currently stands, even with that end of season, because that last end of season wasn't, it was just like all of the other end of seasons. If we've done roughly 0.5%, right? Or for some of these even more, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, well, we can move through these cards in roughly 6 months. And that's significantly shorter than the time that we've had these cards. Now, when you think about when these cards were released, right? So the Harkla, Jinbilchka, O'Shaughnessy class, those came out in, I believe, September. We're just going to say October of last year. So it's already been 6-8 months since they released, and we're only 50% of the way through. Whereas now you're telling me that if we can do 0.5% in 2 days, that's 200 days, that's 6 months, like 6.5 months, maybe even round up 7 months. So you're telling me that we can get through all 100% of these in less time than we've gotten through the last 50. So I guess what that's telling me, and this is very early, is that a lot more chests are being opened right now. And so this is the only metric that I can take from it, is just the printing. And again, like I said, it's still very early, but that does make me excited about the fact that these cards won't get too stale for, they won't be sitting here for super long. Because, I mean, look, this is crazy. For the epics, we're still at 46%. And actually for the rares, we're still at 46% too. So I do believe that these cards are going to start to move much more quickly. Now, I think that whether it's the old or the new, I do believe that the legendaries probably will continue to lag, or not continue to lag, but they're lagging behind now. And I think that they could continue to lag behind just due to the fact that if many people are opening more like bronze level chests, right? Bronze or silver level chests, and not like the higher diamond and gold, those are the ones that have a higher chance of getting the legendaries and the gold foil prints. So just wanted to share this very early data with you guys, and I'm going to be tracking this. Like I said, I was more so interested in tracking the print rates of these other cards, but as soon as I saw the fact that we were 0.5% or almost 1% through some of the newer cards, it just caught my eye, and I wanted to make sure that I'm looking at this right, I'm thinking through it straight, and we could be done with this print by the end of the year, which is nuts to me. But it's a good thing, because if that ends up happening and Aggrod's prediction of us selling out of Chaos Legion packs by November ends up coming true, I don't think that Rift Watchers packs are going to be in print very long. Not in print, but like I think those will sell out relatively quickly just due to the scarcity of them. So we may be in a situation where a lot of these cards end up being out of print by the end of 2022. I'm calling it. I keep saying it. I think Christmas 2022 is going to be a magical time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. We may even get there before then if Aggrod is right, because if Chaos Legion packs sell out and this hype comes through, it could be absolutely insane. Now, that's the only hopium I'm going to give you, because I don't want people to leave here feeling good about this game. I want you to feel bearish. I want you to feel like, oh gosh, what am I doing here? What is the team doing? They're so slow. No, I'm just kidding. But I definitely don't want to hype anybody up and think that we're going to be somewhere crazy by the end of the year. The math says at this point in time that with the current print rates of these new cards, we could definitely be in a position where they would be fully out of print by the end of the year based on the first couple of days we've seen of rewards. Now, I actually think rewards could increase even more in the back half of season. And we'll just have to see what this looks like. I'm gonna track it next Tuesday, as well as at the end of a full season, or maybe right before the end of this upcoming season, because then we can really get a good 15-day snapshot, which includes the last end of season, as well as a full season of this new ranked rewards update. So if that ends up happening, I don't know what's gonna happen with Chaos Legion. I told you Agrod's prediction is for November, mine is for December. In either scenario, if it does end up happening by the end of the year, I think maybe we go 3 months, 2-3 months in 2023, Q1 of 2023, without any cards available, and that could be an interesting time for asset prices. I can't say that they're necessarily going to go up, but if we're out of cards, or they're all out there and available, and there's new players coming in and all that fun stuff, it could be a very interesting time. So 2023 can't come sooner. Actually, no, this year's actually been pretty great so far, so I don't want 2022 to rush through just yet. But I'm looking forward to it, and we'll be tracking this as we go along. Let me know your thoughts, though. Am I too bullish? I've never been called too bullish. So am I being too bullish with this time frame right now, or is this something that is just too early to tell? What are your thoughts? I'd love to continue the conversation in the comments below. So I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Have an amazing rest of your day.